Fire. It is essential for survival, and it's one of the first skills that man mastered early on. Fire will cook your food, it will boil your water, it gives you warmth, it gives you light, and it can keep predators at bay. Fire is just one of the most important parts of survival, and knowing how to create fire and make a fire is vital and is something you should really work on. I carry a fire kit wherever I go, and I have a number of different fire starting tools. But one of my favorites is Exotac. They make the best fire starters out on the market, made in Winder, Georgia. They just have a machine shop there and just produces some really high quality fire starters. This is the Fire Rod V2. It's a ferrocerium rod. It is replaceable. You can screw this out. It also has a little compartment in the back, and it holds tinder, which is your quick light. And this is really my favorite fire steel. It's really high quality made. Also, they have the match cap, and this holds lifeboat matches, and you can strike it on the container. It's a beautiful aluminum machined capsule. And they make a ton of other different type items for making fire. Now, one of the big things for me when I have a fire kit is I want multiple tools because sometimes there's different needs. And so I keep a fire kit somewhere close in my car, in my bag, somewhere where I can start a fire. So today we're going to take a look at a lot of the tools that Exotac makes. Now, I've been using Exotac for years, and a while back they got in touch with me and said they wanted to offer a 20% discount to Sootch viewers. So use Sootch20 with a link down below in the description and get 20% off. Exotac makes a number of fire starting tools, and so really I like to have redundancy. I like to have different methods when I put my fire kit together. Of course, one of the number one tools is your ferrocerium rod, fire steel, ferro rod, and this is the fire rod. It's really well done and really my very favorite fire tool. And one of the big reasons is that you can replace this. They have replacements. So if I use it up, I've got it. And I just love this handle. And this is probably the biggest part because it really gives you a good solid grip, and it has knurling on both ends. So you can really get a good solid hold on it. And then it's really finely machined. I mean, this is really more of a lifetime tool. You know, a lot of these fire rods that we have are just very inexpensive and they're cheaply made. But one of the things I love that Exotac does to a lot of their tools is they have secret compartments, and then you have your little quick lights. This is like the tinder tab, what the U.S. military uses, and it just slips right into the top. So it keeps it protected, it keeps it from getting wet, it's O-ring sealed, and so it's just really a complete tool. Now this comes in different colors. I have a green right here. Comes with a paracord lanyard. Great for being able to hold on to it, especially when you're using it. Ferro rod itself is very well done. It has a good hardness to it. It's not super soft, which means you're going to use it up quickly. Just with a couple of strikes with the quick lights, it doesn't take long to get a fire started. And one of the things, guys, when it comes to fire tinder, that is a very important part of your fire kit. You can make tinder, sure. You can build a nest and set it up. But with the accelerants from the quick lights or the tinder tabs, it just makes it an easier way to start a fire. And guys, if you're in a survival situation or it's just really cold and you need to start a fire, this is a great way to do it, and it's just in the back of your ferro rod. Next is the Fire Rod XL. Also, you can replace that if you want. It's threaded, a large compartment, and you have duct tape around here, which just gives you another survival tool. And then again, you have your capsule in the back, and we have 3 quick lights. And so this really allows you to have a lot of capability, and it gives you a lot of strikes. And so that's one thing, you know, I've been doing. I use this one quite often. And then, of course, with the lanyard, and it has those little clips, so you can replace this. You could even do a braid if you want. But again, this is one of those tools that's just solid, and you've got a really good feel to it. Some of the smaller ones, you know, they're just a little bit harder to grab. But I like the fire rod setup. I mean, it's just, again, my favorite. And next we have the Nano Striker. And this particular one, I believe, is in titanium. But they make them in different colors, different models. And with this, you unscrew the striker. And then the other side, it protects the ferro rod. One thing a lot of people don't realize is that this is not impervious to the elements. In fact, if you leave these out, they'll degrade. And so this just allows you to put this fire rod with this gasket seal, and it just seals it up. And then you have your small striker right here, so you can use it to strike. And you can use a knife, but you've got to make sure you have a good carbon steel, and this won't dull your blade or mess up your knife. And it has a really nice flat surface right here, so you can grab it. So when you're striking it, it just allows you, even though this is a short ferro rod, it just allows you to get a good strike on it. And again, the quick lights make it really easy to get a fire started. And guys, these will produce thousands of sparks, even with this small rod. Then again, just take it, you can seal it up. Now this one does not have a compartment for your quick lights, but keep your quick lights or your tender tabs in just a good sealed container. Next we have the Poly Striker. Now this is a little different. It's a more budget-friendly piece, even though these are not super expensive, but it does give you a little bit of a break. And so the striker is actually in the handle. Now typically I'll have a lanyard through here, and then it'll hold on to your striker. And so here you've just got your striker exposed. You can take it and you can just light it. You can hit that, get that spark going. And again guys, the quick lights make it so easy. But even no matter what kind of tender you have, you can strike this, and it just makes a good simple striker. One of the things I like about it is super lightweight. And then the striker just goes back in with the striker part first, and it just snaps into place. And they make different sizes and different colors. Next is your Nano Spark. This is a really easy way to have a small little fire just by striking. One of the things about lighters, it has a striker like this, and even though the fuel's gone, you can typically use that little lighter if it doesn't corrode the wheel itself. But one of the things about this, it's so easy just to get a good spark, and you don't have to rely on fuel. And honestly, you can do this with one hand. One of the things about the ferro rods, if you have a hurt hand, it's going to be a little more difficult to do it. And so this gives you that one-hand capability. Plus, it has the little compartment, and you have your quick light right here at the back, and it's secured in with a wire. And you can also replace the actual flint in the striker. And it is sealed, so you can close this up. And if you want to have those extra parts. But a really well done knurling here. But again, this is one of the best one-handed operation fire tools. It makes it really simple, really easy to do. And again, because of redundancy, guys, having one of these in your pack, using it only in emergencies, that also works. And you can use your fire steel, if you're not injured. Next we have the Max Cap, and this is the XL version. This is a capsule, and it just comes open. And it has your lifeboat matches, and these are my preferred match setup. These will even burn underwater. You can take them, put them underwater, pull them back out, and they'll light back up. And that has a lot to do with this material that's all over the match, and this burns really well. And then you have this to protect it. You can actually cover it. You have a striker on the side, and you have a striker underneath. And then we have that knurling, so it gives you these are just so well made, and I think that's one of the big things about it. Again, that's one of the things I love about these tools is they're really well made, they're beautiful tools, and they're very well thought out. And you have a lanyard area right here. But these matches are also available separately on the Exotac website. But guys, you can take it, light it, it's really easy to light, dip it down into water and pick it back up, and again, it'll just come right back. But the big thing is, if you're in inclement weather, it just gives you a really good match to be able to make sure that it's burning no matter what. And when you have those little small matches, they burn really fast, and these give you an extra runtime. And then we have the Titan Light. Very well made capsule, all aluminum, and just opens up, and now you have a lighter. And this is some of your butane lighters. You just fill it up with fuel. And that's the one thing about it is you do have to keep fuel to keep this lit. But I'm going to be honest, guys, I've had this filled for about 4 months, and it's still good. A lot of times when you get like Bic lighters that run on butane or lighter fluid, they tend to leak, and so you have to keep it refilled often. With this, because it's sealed, it just seems to hold a lot longer. Here at the back, we can just unscrew it, and here you can fill up the bottom. So just pour in your lighter fluid, and then you're ready to go. And it is sealed, so it's going to close up really well. And then, of course, the laser engraving on here to identify what it is. But these do come in a number of colors, and this is a great tool. And again, redundancy. So it's a different type way to start a fire, but you have multiple ways. Now, when it comes to the Bic lighter, I'm a big fan because it's the easiest. It's super fast. But one of the problems is if you hit this little button or it gets pushed in your pack, it can release all the fuel. And this sleeve gives you just something to be able to hold on to. It keeps it waterproof as you put the lid on. Now here at the top, there's this area that when you take it and put it over for your fire, you light it, and it'll keep it lit. So that way you have hands-free. You can even set it down. But that way you can keep this lit, and then you can just pull it off, and the lighter goes out. Again, guys, just a Bic lighter. It's real simple to use, and this gives you a little more texturing. It does come in a number of different colors. And the great thing about this lid is that it just closes down, and you can put lanyards on either side. And again, you can just take your Bic lighter, pull it out, and then you can replace it when you need to. And next is not a fire starter, but this is the rip spool. And this is one of my favorites to keep in packs. This is a repair kit. And what I love about it, not only is it just really well made, but it has a sail needle in here. So I can take this, I've got Kevlar thread wrapped around here, and then I can repair different things. Then we have duct tape, and it's quite a bit of duct tape, as you can see. And so that gives you a lot of possibilities for repair. And and then it's just very well made. And again, you have your lanyard. The knurling here at the top, it just allows you to open this really easily. Just a really nice capsule, but definitely something very useful in the field, especially if you have some kind of tear in your backpack, in your pants, different pieces of gear. You're going to be able to fix it and repair it with the rip spool. And guys, for a long-lasting way to start fire or just to have some light, this is the Candle 10. It is a 4-hour small candle. They do make different sizes, but this is made from beeswax. You have your wick right here, and it just really gives you a lot of light to be able to use, again, over an extended period of time. But they do make different type versions, different sizes. Keeps it really sealed, so you can use this over and over, and at 4 hours it just gives you a lot of run time. And when it comes to fire kits, they do offer their Exotac tool roll, and this is a really secure way to keep all of your fire tools in one spot. And it just unrolls. And guys, I'm a huge fan of tool rolls already. We have some sleeves at the front, and then you have sleeves at the back, and these are elastic. And the front ones on the front are mesh. So great way to keep everything organized, and very simple. And I love it because it's just right there. And when I need fire, my kit is all together. And that is a big plus. And you can put, I've got quite a bit in here. You can put less if you want. Makes it roll up a little easier, but even with all those tools in it, just one small package. Guys, I've been using Exotac products for years, and they have been my favorites for a long time. And honestly, when Exotac got in touch with me and said, hey, we want to offer your Sootch viewers a 20% discount, it just was very natural for me because I really love these fire tools. And so you get 20% off using Sootch 20 with the link down below in the description. And it is an affiliate link, and it does help support the Sootch channel. So guys, having fire tools, knowing how to use them. But if you want the best, Exotac is the one to go with. Again, these tools will last for a lifetime. They're really high quality made. There's a lot of features that you don't find anywhere else. Be strong, be of good courage. God bless America. Long live the Republic. And they come up with really quality tools. Now, Exotac, and we really appreciate the guys at Exotac. Okay. Exotac puts out a number of different products, and this is not necessarily all. You have about 10,000 strikes with one of the.